All right. Okay, testing. Let's turn this down a little bit. Hey, Darth Vader's here. Noel is here. How's it going? Let me know about audio levels. I also have all these trailers set up, all these delicious trailers. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Let me set up Audacity because I think we should turn this into a video. What do you guys think? All right, testing. 1, 2, 3. All right, testing. 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, how's everyone doing today? Everyone's doing good? I hope so. Audio sounds good. Excellent. Brandon Burt, how are you? Hope everyone's having a fantastic Saturday. We're gonna get started in a moment. Yeah, so today I thought it'd be fun to do a tier list of different horror trailers that came out in 2025. 2024 was a really solid year for horror, and I am hoping that 2025 is just as good or even close. So I thought, yeah, we'll look through some trailers for movies that are coming out this year, and together we can kind of decide where these go from S to F. And we're gonna start with Him. And what makes Him really interesting is that maybe I'll wait for like a couple more people to come in before I start. But Darth Vader, I did not watch that yet. I just finished exams and have a lot of time to watch horror films. Which Suspiria should I watch? So, that's a really good question. Hardcore, yep, just like Darth Vader said, a lot of people would insist that you watch the original. You do not need to watch them in any order. The two of them basically have nothing to do with each other. I actually found the newer version to be better, but they're very different. So if you are looking for something a bit faster and colorful and crazy, like very 1970s style, especially with the music, watch the original from 1977. However, if you want a kind of more deranged and brutal kind of movie, I would recommend the newer one. Also, I personally think the newer one is better. I just think it's shot better. I think the acting is much better. It is a little long. I think they could have cut stuff out of it. The intro is fantastic. The score is incredible. It was actually done by Tom York of Radiohead. So there are some really excellent things about it. And probably the best part about the newer version is the editing. It had the best editing that year, and it was insane that it didn't get nominated for best editing and Bohemian Rhapsody won. There was just no comprehending that. So Noel, it really depends on what style you're looking for. Colorful and fast, watch the original. Better and brutal, watch the remake. That would be my argument. Yeah, check them both out. That's what I would do. I would do a double feature, although that's going to take a long time. Mavericks channel, gaming and films. What's up? I think we're about ready to start. So I've never done a tier list for trailers before, but I have reacted to and rated trailers. So I think this could be fun. And also, I want this to be interactive. So I really, I want to know what you guys would put as your ratings for these different trailers. And I kind of want to see if we can at the end of the day, like, it's my rating, but I'm very curious to see what you guys would put. Deppy, he's got the deps. How's it going? Yeah, I think we're going to start. So, let's just pause that. We are going to start with him, and just right off the bat, I am intrigued by this movie because this is, at least to my understanding, possibly the first sports horror film. And it blows my mind that no one has made, or at least no one has made, a kind of noteworthy sports horror film before. And it sounds crazy, but I think there's a lot to it that makes sense. There's injuries, there's pushing yourself, there's even the settings. I feel like there's a lot you can do with sports horror, and that's what him is attempting to do. So let's it's the middle of the night in Japan. Nice, Deb. Hope you're enjoying Japan. Let's see. All right, so this is the trailer for him. Also, let me know if two things before I start. Number one, do you want me to pause and talk during this? I probably will. And number two, please let me know if this is too loud or too quiet when we play this trailer. I have it at about half volume. Let me know if you can hear it.
Do you want this? I said, do you want this?
Great shot.
You want to transcend the game.
Hey, BBL.
Dig deep. Your mind and your body have to be in sync. Talent is how hard you're willing.
What some people have pointed out, and I 100% agree, is that the first half or so of this trailer could be confused for a Gatorade commercial. The intense string music in the back, like the intense strings in the background, the motivational voiceover, all of it is very much a Gatorade commercial. And then it pivots halfway through. I think it's a very good way to start.
Work. No days off. No sleep.
No sleep.
I'm never good enough. I'm never good enough. That's how great people think.
Lots of really intelligent editing in this trailer as well. Again, going with the motivational Gatorade style commercial. You'll probably notice that the visuals sync up with the song in a lot of even small ways. That little the quick kind of drum flutter matched up with the the timer that was going on there. Check that out.
Good enough. I'm never good enough. That's how great people
Yeah.
think.
Oh, he just delivered a Mortal Kombat fatality. Oh, and I've seen this trailer before, but it makes me hurt just watching it. Oh. Oh, yep.
So you're gonna have to ask yourself, what am I willing to sacrifice?
Just like that, the whole thing just pivots into something else with color, with music, with some of the imagery, and it's startling, but it doesn't feel like they kind of just pull it out of their ass. It's still very much focused on sports and injuries. It feels earned, this shift.
This ain't a fucking game, man. This is everything. Do you want this? What are you willing to sacrifice?
So good. Again, more bizarre imagery. It's almost starting to feel like some kind of underground cult of some kind. And it's edited beautifully. We're getting just enough of these images, not too fast, not too slow. And I never get the sense that it's just showing us the best parts, you know? Like, oh, this movie is spoiled. It's doing what I think the best horror trailers do, which is it's giving us the vibe. It's giving us an impression of what the movie's going to feel like. Not just telling us it's going to be this, and then this happens, and then this happens. I have no idea what's going to happen in this movie. And that's what I actually like about it. I know how I'm probably going to feel about it instead. Also, I'm very interested to see Marlon Wayans. Of the two Wayans brothers, he's the only one who can act. He was in Requiem for a Dream, and he was great. So, just based on this, he seems to be doing a good job. So we'll see.
You fucking say it!
God, and it looks gory too, like the makeup and the hits and it looks visceral and painful, and I feel like that's the best transition for horror. That's the best transition for sports to enter the horror realm, is to focus on injuries and just over competitiveness, how much people are willing to push their bodies. I think someone said quick Jordan Peele film ranking. Probably Get Out, Nope, Us, I would say. And I don't think that's a very original opinion. I would say that's probably the general consensus. I don't think Us is very good. There's good things about it, but the comedy is very misplaced and sloppy, and it's not even particularly scary. Also, the plot twist makes no sense. Bad use of exposition. There's fun stuff to analyze, but I don't think it has a solid core. Get Out is very tight, unnecessary jump scares, but still very tight and effective and beautifully acted. And then Nope has some of the most terrifying 2 scenes in my life, to the point where they're almost traumatizing. But tonally, I wasn't quite on board, especially in the third act. I found it a little difficult to care about the actual motivations of these characters, but still really good, beautifully shot. So I like Get Out and Nope a lot. Now, this is not directed by Jordan Peele, even though it's giving off, I feel like some people might think it is, but it is produced by his company. It does feel like a Jordan Peele movie, though, doesn't it? It has that flavor.
And show me.
Ooh. Very cool font as well, if you look at the lettering. So good. All right, that was him. What do you guys think? I love this trailer. I think it's very well edited. I love the switch in tone, some haunting imagery. This actually gets me jazzed up to watch it. It's not telling me too much. It feels like the right pace. I think technically this is a teaser, and I generally like teasers more than full trailers because, again, I'm not everyone. Apparently American audiences, I don't know, apparently they want to be told everything because that's why these trailers are 3 minutes long and spoil the whole plot. There has to be a reason for why they do it, but for me, that ruins it. That makes me want to see it less. Teasers make me want to see it more because it's a teaser. It's engaging me. It's pulling me in, but not showing me too much. I'm going to give this A. I think this is a great trailer. I'm very careful with my S's. I don't know if it's quite there, but I can't say there's anything necessarily wrong with it. I think this is a very high A for me. All right. Next up, Until Dawn. Okay, so this one got a lot of attention on social media. Real quick. Number 1, I have not seen this trailer. This is totally fresh. Number 2, I have not played the game. So this is all new to me. So if there's things I missed for why this is so great or terrible, please let me know in the comments. Because I am very much a newbie when it comes to this franchise. So I'm judging this very much independently.
I'm looking for my sister. Does she look familiar to you?
She's gone missing.
I didn't say that.
Cabin in the Woods literally spoofed this before this came out. The truck stop, the grizzled, creepy guy behind the register, the gas station. Like, we've seen this exact interaction in so many movies. And it's not like those things don't exist in real life, but it is kind of funny how it's like, I recently rewatched Cabin in the Woods, and it's like, here we go again. All right.
Do a lot of people go missing around here?
Up the road. That's why people get into trouble.
Those were the first people here in years.
Looks like it too.
Weird.
Can anyone understand what these people are saying? Why are they slurring all their words?
People get into trouble.
Those were the first people here in years.
Looks like it too.
Okay, drunk Porky Pig. What was that?
Those were the first people here in years.
Looks like it too.
No idea.
Weird.
That's my sister's signature.
Oh shit.
Guys, check it out.
What happened to these people?
Where's my car?
Where's Megan?
All right, I'm not gonna lie. That drum beat's actually kind of annoying. I like the idea. Very simple beat to escalate your trailer. It's just not working to me. Working for me. All I'm thinking about is I can just picture the bass drum that someone's just smacking, and it's not working for me. It's just annoying. It's thudding in my head, and it's more of a distraction than escalating. Turn up the trailer volume? Okay. Oh. 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 Okay. Oh, they're all dead. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. So they're resetting. It's almost like a time loop. Got it. Like I said, never played the game. So.
What the fuck just happened? We all got fucking murdered. And now we're here again.
So the night is just gonna repeat itself.
Real quick, yes, Megan 2.0 is in my tier list today, and the first one was horror, so I would assume the second one is horror as well.
I don't remember that happening last time.
I do like the sound of the clock turning because it sounds like bones cracking. It's actually a nice detail.
Holy shit. Every night, something new is trying to kill
Oh,
us.
okay.
What is that?
All right, this is getting really annoying now. Okay, well, it's getting too loud and too stupid.
How many more deaths do you have in you?
Nobody's made it past 13 nights.
If we want to survive, we have to make it until dawn.
Because that's the name of the movie. Oh, boy. You couldn't help yourselves, could you?
What is that? Let's get it now.
I'm just gonna grab it. Don't move.
Yeah. Oh, what? Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
What?
Ugh.
Still in my face!
Okay, that was a very strange note to add and end the trailer on. Very strange. It seemed like there was something wrong with the mixing there. It didn't feel like that was loud enough or bassy enough, or that was just odd. It felt very very flat. Why would you end it on that? Why would you? Strange. Like it was so loud in the middle of the trailer and dramatic, and then at the end that it was like they kind of half-assed it. Okay, well that was a trailer. I don't know why people were so angry, but then again, I assume that's because of something with the lore or the game, or like there's obviously a lot that I'm missing. Just based on itself, I don't know, C, I guess. It's not the worst I mean, I don't think it's an awful trailer. It's just whatever. But I'm sure that most people would rate it lower who know the game. I have no idea what happens in the game. It's not great, though. It's not terrible, but it's not great. I can't give it any higher or lower than C. But like I said, please comment with why the trailer is so terrible, because I'm genuinely curious. I don't know if I'm going to play the game. All right. This is Bring Her Back. I have seen the teaser for this, but not the official trailer. So here we go. Ugh. Jump scare?
How did you cope?
Yeah.
with Kathy being gone.
I didn't.
That was a nice placement of the A24 logo. I liked that.
Is this their new sister?
This is already miles better than the one we just watched, and you can tell there's so much more work put into the sound mixing, that like how the tracks are being layered, the kind of creativity with the sound, how these shots are put together. It's just, there's just more life to this. It just feels like there's more work that went into this trailer.
And brother, Oliver lost.
Also, this is hilarious. I just rewatched Paddington 2, and she's in it. So it's going to be very interesting to see this movie with her in it. Totally different movies.
His family just like you guys. Needed someone that could give him special care. Listen, I gotta tell you a secret.
Oh,
Sparkle with an angel. It's a beautiful angel. It does beautiful things. Listen. 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 Some people believe.
God, some of these images are just so disturbing to me. Like there's effective imagery in a horror trailer because it's gory or it's just typically scary. But then there's ones like this where it's, I don't know, it's unsettling, it's uncomfortable, like rubbing the top of someone's head, and the weird VHS quality tape of some like fat dude walking around in a circle. I don't know. That's the kind of horror I'm always searching for. Something that tries to be scary, but also tries to be scary in kind of different ways. It tries to get under your skin. I like that. I'm seeing quite a lot of that in this trailer.
The spirit stays in the body for months after death. We can bring her back.
I like it. That was good. It didn't feel like it was building very much. I actually think the teaser for this was better. Again, that's me liking teasers, but let's just for fun, let's watch the teaser. Here. I think this might be better. Check this out. Love what they're doing with the words. Hey, Alika. We're watching some horror trailers. Good shot. Good shot.
Are you in there?
Ugh. Yeah, I think I like the teaser better. I mean, its advantage as a teaser is that it can really just cut to the meat of everything. But yeah, I think I like them both, but I think I like the teaser a little bit better. What do you guys think as far as the OG trailer? I would probably still give it. Teaser was at least an A. I don't know if this one would be an A or a B. It felt a little anticlimactic at the end. You know, it's building, these images are so disturbing, great sound mixing and editing, and then it kind of just ends. It sort of peters off, and I kind of wish it hadn't. I'll be generous and I'll give it an A. It's more like an A- or a B+. Really torn between these two. Alika, I have not seen Bring Her Back. What are your thoughts? I heard it was scary, but more gory or sad than scary. Like more emotional than pure terror. At least, again, that's just what I'm hearing. Also, Alika, it's funny that you're in Ireland. I just uploaded a video today about Irish horror films. All right, next up is Home. You might recognize who's in this movie.
Hey man, I'm not gonna hurt you. Hey man, I'm not.
Why do we feel the need to do this? Why do we have to have the trailer before the trailer? Again, the TikTokification is spread to trailers now. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. Like, are we gonna have to put boobies on to every single movie poster? Like whether or not it applies, just so we're so terrified of anyone's eyes drifting away. Like, is that where we are at this point? Come on, like, have some faith in the human race.
Hey man, I'm not gonna hurt you. What?
So stupid. Unnecessary.
You saw how clean this place was coming in?
Yes, sir.
So I guess that's the main question that's everyone's gonna be asking. Can I take Pete Davidson seriously in a horror film? At least a horror film that's not goofy, like Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. He was perfect in that movie. But this is a very different film. This is not a horror comedy. And, you know, I appreciate someone trying to branch out, but I think it's going to be very distracting for people to see him in this kind of film. Trailer. Talk to Me was scarier. Okay, good to know, Alika. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll get to the Megan 2 trailer.
Your job is to keep it that way.
And no fourth floor, darling. Those patients need special care. Off limits to you.
These are good people. They deserve comfort in their 20s.
Have you noticed, once you start watching a bunch of trailers in a row, have you guys noticed how often trailers are using very similar sound effects and editing styles? It's the same clicks and boops and stuff like that. Very, very common. It's a little overdone if I'm being completely serious. Or it's a bit overdone if I'm being totally honest.
Twilight years.
Here to get your garbage.
You know, you've got interesting eyes.
Does he? I guess.
There's something very wrong with this place. Something terribly wrong.
I don't know if it's going to be an asset or a detriment for this movie that Pete Davidson always has this look like he's slightly confused. So that might work for this kind of story, but it's also a little difficult. Like, so far in this trailer, he's had the exact same facial expression, like, huh? Like, that's like, that's it. So, yeah, Maverick, I guess so. That's still stupid. I think it makes the trailer instantly cheesier. BBL, you should do a deep dive on how trailers are actually produced. I believe there's no artistic control for these at all. No, I mean, the people actually making the film do not make the trailers. Not at all. So, yeah. All right. Also, I don't know about you guys, but saying that this was the same people who produced The Purge isn't exactly going to make me rush to the theater. I don't think the first Purge movie is very good. I think it's a massive missed opportunity. And it's not even like the director of The Purge or the writer. It's like the producer. That doesn't really mean anything.
Hey man, I'm not gonna hurt you.
Jump scare. We literally saw it. You showed the jump scare in the first 5 seconds. Why would you show it again? Have you played any horror games? Yes, I have. I have not played Until Dawn, but I played Soma, a bunch of Resident Evil games, Silent Hill 2, Amnesia the Bunker, Alien Isolation, Limbo, if that counts. Yeah, a bunch. I like horror games. They're scarier than movies.
Time to play by the rules. What?
Okay, come on, Pete. Come on, Pete. No. It's hard. It's so hard for me to not laugh when I'm watching him in this kind of performance. He's just like confused and bland for 90% of this, and then he starts screaming like Nick Cage. Oh dear.
Sometimes, when things are bad on the outside, we have to look on the inside.
All right, that thing is not very good at all. There are some personal problems I have with it. I don't like the trailer for the trailer at the beginning. That's certainly not individual to this movie. I'm getting pretty sick of the old people with dementia are scary trope. I'm seeing it way too often, and none of those movies are very scary. They're all way too slow, and it's bordering on distasteful. It's also, this trailer's a walk, like, this trailer has every single kind of modern trailer cliche in it. I don't think Pete Davidson doesn't seem to have much range. It's just a trailer or a film montage. I don't even know what this is. I don't know. Like, all it's telling me is that it's trying to be scary, but it's also giving me like major plot elements, which I don't appreciate. This is so bland. Until Dawn was better than this. So I'll probably have to give it a D. It's not even like a horrible trailer or anything, but it's just so bland, and it's not giving me anything new. And I do think Pete Davidson and the faces he's making are pretty distracting. I can't give this any higher. When Clay is speechless, you know it's bad. Yeah. Why did my mic go out? Yeah. Also, did someone new join? No. Okay. All right. Let's move on to Alma and the Wolf. I wanted to put one that I didn't even know about. I wanted to put, maybe this will be really good. I have not seen this trailer. I've never even heard this film, but I do know it's coming out this year. Let's see something new. Wow, this is 2 minutes and 42 seconds. They felt that was necessary. Okay, let's see how this goes. Alma and the Wolf.
Hey, Jack.
Hey, Dad.
You have a date? She asked me out last.
Real quick, I think there's a serious lacking of good werewolf movies, and I don't think the solution is to actually make more. I think we should kind of leave werewolf movies alone. I want to see different movie monsters than mummies, vampires, werewolves, and to a certain extent zombies. I think we're done. Like, are we done now? Because like 90% of werewolf movies are bad, and Wolf of Snow Hollow is my favorite, and it doesn't really count. So I don't know. I think like, can we stop? Can we make a new monster now? Because this is not working very well.
Last minute. I want you to go. Have fun, all right?
Did anyone else think like it looked like these guys were about to make out, or am I just a total depraved individual?
She asked me out last minute. I want you to go.
Okay.
Have fun, all right? Yeah, this is Ren. You're saying Jack is missing?
When's the last time?
I actually like that siren thing in the background. Not as effective as when they did similar noises in the Longlegs trailer. That was a great trailer, by the way, regardless of what you think of the film. But this is kind of working for me, where that single drum hit did not work for me in Until Dawn because it was just plodding and annoying. Since this is faster and more pulsating, it's a bit more of a background. It's not as distracting. It's enhancing, at least for me.
You saw.
I had a date.
You mean the woman you picked up last week?
Tell me what actually happened.
A wolf killed my dog.
A wolf?
I saw the wolf. He has Jack, and nobody believes me.
I know this is a lot to take in.
I'm not crazy. He's out there.
You're worried about the wrong person.
All right, something's off here. There are some shots that seem okay. I like the background music, but the performances are like Sharknado or something. It's yeah, the acting is very weird. It's underacting, and it doesn't feel practiced. This seems like they just kind of grab people off the street. This is like how I would act. Like, I'm a terrible actor. And oof. Yeah, it's not weird in a good way. This feels like weird in a purposeless bad sort of way, like underacted. Yeah. Also, Alika, I've never seen Dog Soldiers. People have recommended that one to me before. I should watch it.
I know my own son.
Seems like you're living your life through him. You greedy little piggy.
What? All right, hats off to her for actually like trying her best to sell that line. It's I guess they were trying to make it creepy. It just makes you think of the wolf and the three little pigs. Maybe that's what they're going for. Although that was a wolf, not a werewolf, but whatever. Or though, is this a werewolf? It just says Alma and the Wolf. I don't know if this is actually technically a werewolf movie. I guess we'll see. Okay, everyone want to watch that line again?
You greedy little piggy.
See that? That is the look of a man who just discovered a new kink. All right. Okay, what was that trailer? What was that? Explain yourself. Come on. Did everyone else see that? You come on. If you're trying to act like a big boy movie, you can't put shit like that in your trailer. Literally the same thing as like the talking dinosaur in Jurassic 3. Same thing. Oh, never do that where the animal talks with a human voice and then it transitions to a human talking. It's so corny. Oh, that's such a no-no.
Alma.
Search the trees. Search everywhere.
Where is Jack? Where is everybody?
The whole town's coming down with something.
Oh, sorry.
Ew. What is going on with the acting? And also, why is this trailer so long? Why are they telling us everything? This is... It's frustrating, because I can already tell that some people watching this are probably thinking that I want every trailer to be the same. Like, I want it to be like Him or 28 Years Later, where it's giving an impression of the movie and focusing on images and vibe rather than telling us the plot. I do not want every trailer to be the same. Saying that, your trailer should not be almost 3 minutes long and just moving through all these different plot beats if you're a horror film. I don't think that works for horror. Does anyone actually think the plot of a horror film is like the best part or the scariest part? Because I don't really think so. There are some movies like that. Kill List, the plot is probably the best part of the movie. But it's pretty far and few between. And I don't know. I don't think this tactic of telling so much and going beat by beat is effective. It's taking too long, and on top of that, the acting is strange. Yes, it does. Alika, the trailer does seem cheap. I don't know if it's camera quality or bad lighting, but it seems cheap. This seems like something that would show up on the Sci-Fi Channel. But some shots seem okay, and then other ones really don't.
The wolf has my boy. We can stop him.
You greedy piggies! You're all gonna die! It's coming for you!
Where's Jack?
Oh, that was a really bad laugh, too. And I'm assuming those are costumes. There's no way that's an actual werewolf, because that looks like something you get from Party City. Hey, Mike Belcork, how's it going?
You know where it is. You've always known.
is going on?
Oh my god, the slow motion. Oh, the slow motion. Oh, this trailer just lost its mind. Like it wasn't good, but it was a C level trailer. It has lost its mind. It's like the trailer ran out of its budget. Like as it went on. It's exactly how it feels. Oh.
And what the heck is going on?
Oh.
Jack when?
It's not me.
Where did you come from?
This ends now.
He loves you. Find him.
Oh, really bad voiceover with that synthetic echoey effect.
Why are you doing this?
Oh my god.
Love for me.
Unprick your eyebrows and give a better performance. That was wow. I've never seen a trailer that got worse as it went quite like that. 2.5 minutes. That's a D. That's a solid D. That was worse than The Home. That's the worst one so far today. Oh my god. Well, I wanted to give a lesser known movie a chance, and that was my mistake. Fucking Christ. It's almost an F. I mean, that was really bad. Oh fuck it, it's an F. No, it's bad. That's awful. Oh. Alma, what'd you do to me? That piggy line was funny though. I'm gonna remember that one. All right. Together, starring real life couple Allison Brie and Dave Franco. Here we go. Hey Abigail, how's it going? We're reacting to some trailers. Also, not saying this movie's gonna be good necessarily, because I don't know. But Neon has been absolutely crushing it lately. Not even just horror movies, just lately. They are just nailing it. Like, just Academy Awards, very interesting horror movies. They're giving A24 a run for their money. And, wow. Like, they've really, I would say over the past 5 years, they have just skyrocketed with their quality film output. Having two dogs standing that still is strange. Not necessarily disturbing, but it's odd. You know, if you get a dog to act so undog-like, I think it's effective. They did something similar in the movie The Thing, where the dog in the intro was acting like a dog, but then away from people, it was not acting like a dog. It was much just more robotic in a way. And I like that. Making the animals not look like animals. It takes training. You know, they had to work to keep those things still, unless those were like really good puppets. I wanted to join for the party games, but it's getting way too late over here. I need to catch up and sleep. Oh, please, Depp, get some sleep. Yeah, it's probably gonna be another like half hour at least before we get into some party games. So get some sleep, man. Next time. Ugh. So this is a really interesting strategy for a trailer where they're doing something kind of similar that we've seen in other trailers, where it's like a very kind of beautiful song that's used ironically for these, you know, some horrible images or suspense, but there's no other sound. It's just the music. And that means there's a lot of weight put on that song. You got to pick a good one. And I think they picked a good one. It's certainly a song we all know, and I think it works. Good edits there. Yeah, that's a good trailer. Oh, I like that. Smushing the leathers. Very cute. That's nice. No, that is a really solid trailer. I'm going to give that one an A. Yeah, great images, very simple use of music. Again, that is a teaser trailer, technically, not a full trailer. I'm worried that the full trailer will tell us too much, go too deep into it. Whatever, I know that. Just yelling at the brick wall at this point. But I think it was a gamble to just use one song and have those images. I think that easily could have fallen flat, but I think they knew that they had the right kind of imagery to go along with it. And they did. There were some captivating shots in that trailer. And they're telling us just enough of what the themes are going to be. It's about things merging together. There's something with the dogs. Obviously, it's a couple. They're moving to a new place. We saw the moving van. So they're giving us just enough details of the plot and the overall theme, and then some unsettling images. I also like, there's something that a lot of horror trailers in general do, where they'll start speeding up like crazy toward the end. It's not a bad thing, but what I kind of liked about this is if they had done that, it probably wouldn't have fit the song, the tranquil / suspenseful vibe that they're going for. So the fact it didn't really speed up, that they lingered on certain images, I actually really like. I'm glad they went that route. Yeah, that's an A. That's solid. Always the main concern is, okay, you got me interested, please be good. There's that second fear that shows up, you know? All right, here we go. This is Opus.
There's a rumor flying around that Moretti's back. Like, Moretti?
After 30 years.
All right. Interesting so far. We already had like a break in the music for comedy effect. I don't know if this is going to be a horror comedy or if it's doing it more kind of ironically. We'll see. Let me turn it up.
Outside the public eye, pop icon Moretti returns for an exclusive listening experience.
He's bringing you a gift.
This is for Ariel Ecton.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is more of an absurdist kind of horror, because did you guys hear the wind in the background even though they're in an office? Really funny. I'm assuming they were doing that as a joke. What's that? Unless someone has a very strong oscillating fan.
Ariel Ecton.
Okay.
It'll be an absolute honor to spend this weekend with you.
Thank you.
Yep, namaste. Everybody, meet Ariel, some young blood from the magazine. This is Clara, the most hated sex symbol on TV.
Thank you. How's print media treating you?
Oh.
Congratulations, and welcome to this once-in-a-lifetime gathering.
Moretti requires that
Blue Lobster, interesting image. I also like the music.
everyone be shaven. So, how's the Lady Guard?
How's the Lady Guard? Everyone be chafing? Okay, so a woman in the audience have to tell me that one. Midsummer vibes? Yeah, a little bit.
Mr. Moretti.
This looks exactly like that episode of Cabinet of Curiosities. Exactly like it. Except that one actually, the one in the show was a little prettier.
Be playing the greatest album of modern times. Future times all the time.
Yeah, I assumed it was something like that, Abigail. Good, thanks for confirming.
Really? And there is more to come.
John Malkovich.
What is it that you guys do?
Would you like to see?
Has John Malkovich ever been in a horror film? I'm like racking my brain because to me, he's one of the most intense actors out there. And it's not like every movie he's in is good. I mean, he was in Johnny English, which is not that great. But he's so intense. I mean, if there's any actor that I would be kind of terrified to meet in person, it would probably be John Malkovich, because he always seems like he's like a hair away from stabbing everyone in the room. So you'd think they would take advantage of that and put him in horror, but I don't know if they have yet. So it's interesting to put him in this. If you do want to see a very intense John Malkovich performance, watch In the Line of Fire, where he plays someone trying to assassinate the president. There's a phone call that he has with Clint Eastwood, and it is some of the best, angriest acting I think I've ever seen. Definitely check that out.
The crowd is upset. Upset that I'm not on stage.
Is this not alarming to you?
The back row's asleep, but the front row's ready to rage.
Okay, so his acting's odd here. I'm not really understanding what they're going for. It's not creepy to me at all. But again, I think this could be somewhat of a parody of like pariahs or big pop stars or like the arrogant music elite, maybe. There's something else going on here that I'm not quite sure about. But I don't think it's trying to be a straight up horror film.
Are you sure you haven't been drinking with us?
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
That's an excellent question. That's the best question to ask with that trailer is what the fuck is this? And unfortunately, I don't think this is a very good WTF kind of trailer. If you want to see a good, oh my god, what is going on kind of trailer, look at the trailer for Lamb. Not a great film, but that's a really interesting trailer because it's combining all these very different tones. And by the end, you feel like you saw some kind of fever dream. This just feels confused. This feels like they're trying to cram a typical modern trailer against some kind of absurdist satire. And I don't think they're gelling very well. They're using pretty typical music, even though it sounds good. At least it started sounding good. A weird performance from Malkovich. It almost sounds like you know, I don't know. It sounds like there's punchlines in this trailer, but they're not funny. Not really sure what they're going for here. I gotta give this a C as well. And I know saying I don't really get this sounds like such a pleb response, like, oh, you just don't get it. But I don't. It's not explained it very well. And I like, as I've been saying, I like when a horror trailer is presenting you with like tone, with images. But this is so scattered that it's not making me want to discover what the movie's about. It's just making me confused and underwhelmed. There's no one aspect of this trailer that's great. It's just sort of mid elements all smushed together in a very sloppy sandwich. Maybe I'm just hungry. All right, Megan 2.0. Okay, I'm going to be very upfront. I'm going to be upfront with this. I'm not crazy about the first Megan. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I think its cheesiness was probably its best idea. I think it's smart that it didn't actually try to be a terrifying, super original horror film. But at the same time, and I liked Megan herself. I think the actress who played Megan, obviously there's CGI on her and other work is there. But, you know, if the CGI was copying her movements and line delivery, I think whoever played her did a really good job. However, everyone else in the movie is horrible. I mean, everyone else in the first Megan movie is giving an atrocious performance. I mean, yeah, it's bad. So we'll see what they do with the sequel. I do know that despite its problems, the first one was a huge hit, and it makes sense that they would make a sequel, although I don't know how they could. I don't think there was much room for a sequel, but we'll see. Here we go, Megan 2.0.
I'll admit, there were some bugs in my programming. It's hardly fair to blame me for that. But one thing hasn't changed. I will do whatever it takes to protect Katie.
Okay.
What the hell is this? Plastic Teletubby?
Prove you can be trusted, maybe we'll give you an upgrade.
All right, slow down. Okay, first of all, love that. Very fun. Very clear that they're not trying to be scary this time around, especially now with this trailer. Love that design. That is hysterical. 2, you can't be trusted again. Why on earth would they ever reuse Megan based on what happened in the first film? She like bit a guy's face off. Like, what? No. That's I'm hoping there's an actual reason for why they brought that robot back. Like, she was straight up evil. So
Mrs. Forrester,
like, you really don't want to clean your house or babysit your kid that bad? Okay.
we have a problem. We're hunting an autonomous android named Amelia. We have a
I can already tell it's gonna be the same problem. Megan herself is gonna be really captivating. All the other actors are gonna be Star Wars prequels level green screen shit, and it's such a bummer.
problem. We're hunting an autonomous android
We got a problem. Like, come on, man.
named Amelia. She was built using your design for Megan.
How's this possible? You deleted it.
Apparently you didn't.
Apparently you didn't. Who are these people that they're hiring? Who's directing these? Because I blame the director. If 90% of the performances are bad, that's kind of the director's fault. Also, is that Britney Spears in the background? Kind of makes sense. That was kind of the vibe of the first movie, at least.
Nothing in our arsenal can stop her. She's gone rogue, killing anyone who's contributed to her creation. And you and Katie are next.
Could you have not just used the original Britney Spears song? Maybe it's too expensive, but I'm getting so sick and tired of using these classic songs and redoing them to sound really overdramatic. We've done this in like 50 trailers. Stop it already. If this only bothers me, I'll shut up. But it really bothers me. It makes every trailer sound the same. You know? That's my problem with it.
I know how to stop Amelia. She's getting more powerful. Soon she'll be the most dangerous weapon on the planet. Put me in a body and I'll help you stop her.
You remember what happened last time? You threatened to rip out my tongue and put me in a wheelchair.
I was upset.
I was upset. I love it. No, I'm not even making fun of it. This is great. I mean, this is not a great trailer, but I love this design. It's just so goofy. It looks like an Among Us character.
Look, she wants to help us. Everyone deserves a second chance.
No. Someone who tried to murder your entire family does not deserve a second chance. Are they actually trying to, like, are they trying to get us to buy this? You gotta be kidding me.
Like us to rebuild a deranged robot in order to catch another one.
Would you prefer I gave you...
Why did she sound like a robot? I'm sorry, I keep going back on this, but the line delivery of the, like, human actors in this is so fucking terrible, and I don't know. It's a problem with this movie again. What is going on? Why can't they...
Wants to help us. Everyone deserves a second chance.
You would like us to rebuild a deranged robot in order to catch another one.
Would you prefer I gave you a printout that you can read at your own pace?
Okay, Megan.
Printout that you can read at your own pace.
They mistimed it. Come on, guys, it's a trailer. You have like 2.5 minutes. The little things matter. Look, it was late. The music cue came after the next image showed up. They were off by like a full second. Watch.
Another one.
Would you prefer I gave you a printout that you can read at your own pace? Would you prefer I gave you a printout that you can read at your own pace?
Okay, Megan.
Maybe a half a second. They were off. It was off.
I gave you a printout that you can read at your own pace.
Okay, Megan. Time to give you...
Come on, even I put that kind of effort into my videos. Come on. You gotta... I'm sorry, this is bothering me, but like it's like Uncanny Valley. It's just...
Read at your own pace.
Okay, Megan. Time to give you an upgrade. Anything you'd like to add?
I want to be stronger, faster. Hey, so remember the time I strangled you and set the lab on fire? I want you to know that won't happen again.
Thank you so much.
And while you're at it,
So this is just like a straight up action comedy at this point, right? That doesn't even bother me because I didn't think the first film was that great as a horror film. But the biggest problem with the first film was the acting from everyone else but Megan, and seems like we have the same problem here.
make me taller. All right, meat sacks. Let's get to work.
Well, look who came out to play.
I was programmed to protect Katie. The only question is, are you going to stand in my way?
Oh, yes, thank you. Yes, I was exactly what I was thinking about. This is like Alita Battle Angel. It's like the same thing. Goodfellow, can you make The Quiet Family versus The Happiness of the Katakuris how Miki changed it to... I'm not really understanding your question. There's some missing punctuation there, so I'm not quite following. But I think you're talking about a movie that was called Quiet Family versus No. The Happiness of the Katakuris is a movie. And how they changed it to a musical. That's what you're asking. Okay. That's very specific. If I did a whole video just on that topic, I think it would get like 3 clicks. I do have to take that into account when I do videos. I don't know, but please explain further because I'm not really sure I understood your question. Please explain.
Hold on to your vaginas.
All right, I know it's trying to be goofy, but like, come on. All right. I don't know whether I like this trailer or fucking hate it. I'm so in the middle.
I don't care if she did kill 4 people. She is a smoking hot warrior princess.
I'll make you a deal. You can kill Gemma, but don't touch Katie.
Megan.
Okay. Slaying June 27th. God, this is such schlock. Okay. All right. So I honestly am not really sure how to rate that. Number one, as I mentioned, the performances other than Megan look horrible again. They've added even more adults who can't act into this mix. You know, that one woman was in Get Out and she was great. I don't know why she's so terrible in the Megan movies. But, you know, script, different director, those are big factors. Jesus Christ. I don't know how to rate this. I mean, its goofiness, I think, is its selling point. You know, it's very aware of how ridiculous it is to have 2 little girl robots fighting each other. So I almost want to put it at B, but at the same time, the acting is horrible. And it's almost not the trailer's fault. But then why would you use those lines? Why would you put those... Like, you should just not feature those line deliveries when they're that terrible. I might have to put it C, but it's like a C+. You know, it's not like the editing is bad. The music is annoying, but whatever. I'm glad they used Britney Spears, actually. I just wish they could use the original. But those lines, those punchlines, none of the jokes are funny. That's really holding it back. Its inherent goofiness, I think, is funny. I don't think the lines are funny. And the trailer's focusing a little too much on those. Yeah, maybe they didn't have good lines. Well, that don't, I don't know. Don't use your punchlines if they'll suck. I gotta hold the trailer to that. Not bad, though. That's like a C+. All right, here's The Ritual, which... at least some people are excited about because it stars Al Pacino and Mr. Dan Stevens over here from The Guest. Here we go. Of course, another one. Jesus Christ. Also, I have to say, don't name your movie The Ritual. We already have quite a few movies named that, including one that takes place in Scandinavia. That's came out on Netflix, I'm pretty sure. That was pretty good, except for the lead actor. Pretty good movie. Well directed. It's kind of a bland title at this point, even if it's accurate. I would have chosen something else, personally. Is this for kids or adults? That Megan trailer, looked a little bit more like for teenagers. But people my generation loved Megan. Like, people in their 20s and 30s, they liked the first film a lot. Like, no one talks about how bad the acting is. Like, no one wants to talk about that. They love the goofiness of it, and that's fine. But this second one is leaning into the goofiness, and that might be for the best, but they have not fixed the acting.
Brethren, put on the armor of God, that you might withstand the devil.
Okay.
This is a very troubled woman, hissing at the side of a church.
The woman's parish wishes to attempt a solemn sacrament.
You mean an exorcism? You would like me to perform it?
No, some poor other soul already has that distinction.
Is anyone else getting the vibe that these actors are trying to sound formal or religious, but they're not quite doing it? Doesn't feel settled in. This kind of, like, they're putting on a voice. Like, I'm very stiff and official and religious, and I'm having trouble buying it so far. Maybe because, like, I used to go to church. I know how priests talk. I mean, not every priest is the same, but there's a tone, you know, to their language, and these just seem like actors who are trying to sound formal. It's like where, like, some, like, shithead goes to a job interview and they suddenly try to sound professional, even though they're like 10 seconds, like they're like 1 second away from saying the F word. That's what it feels like. What's the best horror film this year so far? I don't know, because a lot of the best ones I haven't seen yet. Like, I have not seen Bring Her Back yet. 28 Years Later is coming out soon, and I will be seeing that in theaters. So I can't really say. Early in the year is a very bad time for horror movies. That's usually where they dump the really shitty ones. So don't expect many good horror films to come out in February or March or April. Sinners was kind of an exception. Sinners was pretty good. I don't think it's a masterpiece. I think there's problems with Sinners. The ending is very rushed. The action's not very good. Bad special effects. But I really did like it. And I guess that's the best one so far. But I have not seen Bring Her Back. So it's really not even fair to say.
We are the Lord's army in this battle.
I feel we should forego the restraints.
She is touched by something otherworldly.
Okay.
What she really needs is a doctor.
Dan Stevens is not very good in this. He's putting me off big time in this movie.
We are paying a price for your lack of faith.
By your holy resurrection, deliver us, O Lord.
Something is happening, and it's affecting all of us.
Why is everything shot so close? And that's not necessarily bad. There are movies that do that. Good Time is an example. That could be a distinct style they're going for, but I don't like it here. These aren't nice shots. It's just really close and shaky.
What you are doing is failing. The sisters are traumatizing. I want to shut this down.
I feel like I'm being drawn into something. I can't sleep, I can't think.
For us to be divided, it's for us to fall. We are the ones that stand in the breach and hold back.
It's so impressed with itself. It thinks it doesn't have to try. It's just showing us Al Pacino saying some mumbo jumbo, and then showing us the same Exorcist images that we've been watching for the past 40 years. It's not doing anything else. It's not doing anything interesting with its cinematography, with its music, with its dialogue. Nothing. This thing is not trying at all. It's so frustrating. Good fella, you're probably the only YouTuber who's not riding hard on Sinners because I think it's a 7 to a 7.5 out of 10 film. I agree. No, like I said, the movie has problems. I do think because it was such a surprise that I think it's being a little bit overrated. But yeah, Sinners is not a 10 out of 10. That thing has issues, but it's still good. I think we're so desperate for something that's actually original that we blow our pants when something is original and well made comes out. Our standards should be higher, is all I'm saying. It insists upon itself. Yeah, it insists upon itself.
Back to darkness.
It is he who commands you. Look at the light, Emma. See the cross of the Lord. Reveal yourself.
Emma?
It's amazing they can show all these quick images of screaming, and I'm just bored senseless by this.
Emma?
Hey, Ritual, I'm glad that you found that escalating violin track wherever you found it. I don't know if it was Epidemic Sound or YouTube, YouTube Studio or SoundCloud, wherever you found it. I'm glad you like it so much. You don't have to use it every 3 seconds in your trailer. This is a piece of shit. This might be my least favorite trailer today. Because the other ones were at least giving me something. Like, Alma and the Wolf trailer was bad, but The Ritual clearly has more of a budget. I mean, they rented out Al Pacino, so they clearly have some budget. And it's doing nothing. Nothing with this trailer. That's an F. Ugh. God, that one actually kind of pissed me off. Oh, let's wash that out. Yeah, this looks like shit. All right. Fuck me. That was bad. And no bees yet. Are we going to get any bees today? All right. This is The Conjuring Last Rites. This is a teaser.
Don't touch anything. Everything you see in here.
All right, real quick. This is not anything against necessarily this movie, because this was a problem all the way back from The Conjuring 2. I do not comprehend how he keeps all these incredibly cursed objects in a room that are just in the open. Like, most of them are not even behind glass or in like a lockbox or anything like that. They're just sitting on shelves, and he's like, don't touch them or you'll be cursed forever. Like, fucking burn them. Like, put them somewhere. Put them in a big luggage case and lock it 80 times. Something. Oh my God. Put a little toxic sticker on it so kids don't touch them. These things are way too accessible, and that has always bothered me with these movies. And yes, they are still making these movies. I saw The Conjuring 3, not very good, unfortunately. I did like 1 and 2 quite a bit.
Is either haunted, cursed, or been used in some sort of ritualistic practice. Nothing's a toy.
Then why do you have them out like they're Legos? That's my question.
Not even the toys.
How many cases you guys had?
Cases?
My name is Ed Warren, here with my wife Lorraine.
Maybe 1,000. Every case is different.
Oh, creaky door.
Once we start, there's no going back. Anything can happen.
Jump scare. Oh, see, they ruined it. That was actually cool. They didn't go the normal jump scare route. That was actually kind of eerie, watching it sit up like that. But then they ruined it. They didn't have to do that other part. Everything that happened in the first Megan was because of Gemma's crappy programming, and she blamed Megan for all of it. That's what annoyed me most about the first movie. That looked like yeah, that looked bad. Bad jump scare.
And most likely anything will.
Ooh, I like this font. All right, this is good. I like this. Lots of rising and moving, good use of camera movement. Like, this is nice. This is nice.
Yeah.
You're kind of having these matching shots, and everything seems like it's rising, but the volume's down. It's good suspense.
Something's changed. Something's different.
Ooh. Ooh. Yep. Oh, I love the shadows on this one. It looks like a carousel. Oh, this is nice. Didn't need that. Okay. Not bad. Too many of those same escalating violins, but it kind of worked in that. That middle section was awesome. I'm going to give this a B. This was actually kind of solid. I wasn't expecting this trailer to be pretty decent. That was a better trailer than Conjuring 3, that's for sure. Yeah. Nicely done. That was good. Will I watch it? Probably on video. I'll probably watch that one video. All right. Let's just get... You guys have all seen this one already, but let's watch it again. 28 years later. The long-awaited sequel to 28 Days Later, which, spoiler, unless we're counting Jaws, American Psycho, or Silence of the Lambs, this is my all-time favorite horror movie. 28 Days Later is my all-time favorite horror movie. So I honestly did not think they were even going to make a sequel to it. 28 Weeks Later is kind of disconnected. So we never thought there'd be a third one. And the fact that they even made this is crazy, and that's going to be by the same director, same writer, same cinematographer, is just such a blessing. It really is. It's one of those things where you didn't think these kind of wonderful things could still happen, right? And this one can. I'm very picky with theaters right now. I don't go to theaters much anymore because, to be perfectly honest, they're too expensive. A lot of movies in theaters aren't very good, and theater patrons are just assholes now. No one is paying attention to the movie. They're on their phone. No one in the theaters actually stops people from being on their phone. Everyone's so disruptive, and it ruins the film. That's why the last time I saw a film in theaters was at the Alamo Drafthouse, because they're very strict about that. I did the Barbenheimer thing, and it was so great. Although Barbie was just okay, Oppenheimer was awesome. And Alamo Drafthouse is perfection. Anyway, 20 years later, just in case you haven't seen this one, here we go. Did you see that setup they had with like 10 or 20 iPhones for the movie? No, I didn't, Alika. Please go on. Darth Vader 28 decades later. Oh God. I think they should finish with this one. Although I think there's like a spin-off also coming out about this. I have to look more on that. What bugs me the most is when something really tense in the movie is happening and the group of teens in the back start laughing like hyenas. Yeah, I mean, teenagers are bad in movies. But honestly, some older couples are bad too. I've had pretty disruptive people in their 50s and 60s who are just talking and asking questions during the whole film. I had an older couple behind me during The Revenant, which is like 3 hours long, and they were talking the whole time. What's that? What happened there? Who are they going there? I'm like, shut the fuck up. And It's, yeah, and the fact that everyone's on their phones half the time is also a problem. It's very distracting. So, but I will be seeing this one in theaters. I'm going to risk it. People were laughing during Nosferatu. Oh, man. I mean, I guess her movements are pretty crazy and outlandish, but you should not go to a horror movie ready to goof off unless it's something like Megan, you know? I could talk for an hour about bad theater experiences. I think I've had as many bad ones as good ones, unfortunately. It's a real shame.
Wait, sit here. Auntie, what's going on? Jimmy, sit still, keep quiet, and do not move from this spot.
For those curious, by the way, this is a poem called Boots, which was written about World War I, just all the marching that they were constantly doing and all the death that was surrounding everyone in the trenches. And they decided to use a recording of that for this trailer, which was a very nice touch.
11, 5, 9 and 20 miles today, 4, 11, 17, 32 the day before. Boots, boots, boots.
Although when I first saw the trailer, I didn't know whether they were saying boots or boobs or booze. So, should get my ears checked.
Moving up and down again. There's no
Boobs moving up and down again. You can see my confusion. Thankfully, I haven't had any issues with the cinemas I've been to. The worst theater experience was definitely during kids' movies. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if most of you guys are American or not, but I think it's a particularly bad problem in America. People feel like these are communal experiences where everyone can talk and chat and all that, and it does ruin it. I understand that people are more disruptive during like a louder, faster, goofier movie, but if you're going in to watch something serious and people are talking the whole time, it just ruins it. I had to be that dick where I didn't want to do it, but I felt like I had to. I went to see the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, and I sat down, and there was an adult chaperone and 4 teenagers who were having a full-on popcorn fight next to me, and they were super loud, and people were shushing them, and they didn't respond. The chaperone did nothing, and so I got up, and I talked to security. Well, what counted for security was probably the guy selling them the popcorn. I was like, listen, they won't shut up. And then I thought, okay, I could go back into that same theater and deal with them because I know they're just going to get loud 10 minutes later. Or I can just go into a different theater that's also showing the Joker, which is what I did. And that theater, everyone was quiet and respectful. So I had a good time. Yeah, it's a thing. It happens a lot. Probably my best theater experience was Oppenheimer at the Alamo Drafthouse because, again, no one's allowed to talk, and it was a great theater. Or when I saw Dark Knight on opening day. That was very special because everyone was so respectful and so quiet, and you could tell how invested everyone was in the film. It was a true atmosphere to that experience. Those are good times, but I've had bad ones too, unfortunately.
Look at what's in front of you.
Isn't it great that this trailer doesn't have to say, oh, we've had this apocalypse for like this, we've been in this post-apocalyptic world for like 10 years, or, oh man, I can't, like, they don't need to provide exposition because we know what all of these images mean. We know what barbed wire and these old structures, this is clearly post-apocalyptic.
Moving up and down again. Men go mad with watching them. There's no discharge.
I just noticed something about this shot. So all the infected are running at them, and they seem even more kind of crazy than usual, very flaily. But one of them isn't moving at all. I never noticed that until now. The one on the right is much taller, and he's completely still. That's even creepier, in my opinion. There seems to be almost leadership going on in this shot. I don't know.
Men go mad with watching him. There's no discharge.
That's weird. Maybe I'm misreading it, but I mean, yeah. Maybe he's just more further up, so he looks taller, but he's not moving like they're moving.
Men go mad with watching him. There's no discharge in the war. If your eyes drop,
Cool mask.
they will get the top of you. Boom,
Creepy. That's my favorite. This is my favorite shot in the trailer. What I really like about this one is it's matching the grittiness of 28 Days Later, but kind of in a different way. So 28 Days Later was notoriously kind of like, if you watch it, you'll be surprised at how low the resolution is, the shutter speed that they use on the affected to make them look like they're running faster. It's very dirty and frenzied, that kind of movie, which is what I love about it. I think it adds such a quality of reality and of fear to it. You're panicky when you're watching 28 Days Later. This movie, it's clearly HD. It clearly is crisp, not like the original, but it's still muddy. It's mucky. There's dirt and detritus everywhere. And the shots like this really affect me emotionally, because this doesn't look like a typical zombie film. This looks like an post-apocalyptic film that just happens to have zombies in it. You know what I mean? There's something about the texture to what's on the landscape and on the skin that's very much engaging me with this trailer.
They will get the top of you. Boom, 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 boom. Moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war.
That's the only part of this trailer I don't like. I'm fine with one jump scare. Once you have a second one like that, not really necessary. However, the fact they cut out the volume for the jump scare means that when you come back in to having different layers of volume, you can make it even louder. It's a abrupt way to transition, but it is a way to transition. And if you notice, every time there's a jump scare, the trailer kind of amps up afterwards. So at least they're using it for some kind of purpose. They shot on iPhone, so that's interesting. This is all great. Oh. Did you hear how hysterical the poem sounded toward the end of that? It sounded like they were about to die. I mean, God. I'm already sweating. I've already seen this trailer twice, and I'm sweating. So intense. Visceral imagery. Like I mentioned, I love how muddy and violent this trailer is. Oh, there's so much texture to it. There's so much emotion in the line. There's so much emotion in the poem being read. There's not this, like, I don't think there's a single line of dialogue in this entire trailer. God, I mean, where the hell else am I going to put this? This is an S. This is one of the best horror trailers I've seen in a long time. I think the only one that comes close to this is the original teaser for The First Omen, which is excellent. This is an S trailer, definitely. I'm not surprised that this blew up the way it did. Partially because it's a long-awaited sequel, but I do think the quality of the trailer really rose to the occasion. And whoever edited this did a fantastic job. All right, we're almost there. I Know What You Did Last Summer. Well, that's an opening shot. Here we go.
baby. You okay?
All right, so right off the bat, I got a couple problems. Number one, this movie did not need a remake at all. I'm getting sick of the remakes. I'm getting sick of the comedy sequels decades after the fact. I'm getting sick of it. And if everyone on social media is bitching about nothing's original anymore, nothing's good in theaters, then we need to stop watching these movies, because I don't think we need to remake all of these movies. The I Know What You Did Last Summer is such a 90s film, and I don't think recreating that for modern day is gonna work. You end up just gonna try to make it super slick and modern, and it's gonna lose everything that the original film had, and it's gonna resemble nothing more than a slasher meets Rivendell. Okay, I'm sorry, but a slasher meets Riverdale. That's it. That's I am pretty positive that's what we're gonna get. And yeah, this didn't have the trailer before the trailer, but it did start with a girl without a shirt on. And I'm no prude, but like it seems a little desperate. Just a little bit. Here we go. But I've actually not seen this trailer yet.
Why don't you go upstairs and do that guided meditation you like?
Find a peaceful setting and close your eyes. Imagine a white light calling you.
Hello?
Now, feel that love entering your body and emanating out from your chest.
Really contrived. I know what they're doing. They're trying to make the meditation match with the murder. So contrived. Very, very forced.
Take a deep breath in and remember, the energy you give to the universe always comes back to you.
No, please.
I mean, I like the idea of using a harpoon. It's kind of neat, because in the original, the villain worked on the docks, or at least looked like he did. You know, the big leather cloak and the hook. So, harpoon kind of makes sense, I suppose.
Do you think this is some kind of karma?
Was that production company called Original Film? That's ironic. Yeah.
Do you think this is some kind of karma for what we did?
What if someone saw what happened?
You see, I look. Another reason why the first film worked is because your four main cast members were all teen heartthrobs of that time period. You know, like Jennifer Love Hewitt and Ryan Phillip, Freddie Prinze Jr. So, if you were from that generation, you already were kind of protective of those characters because you loved those people so much. But I think also, even though they're all heartthrobs, they're all like distinct actors, and everyone knew them, and I don't know, they actually looked like real people, if that makes any sense. The cast in this movie all looks like they came off an LA conveyor belt. They all look like they're in the same Gen Z movies and shows that we've been seeing for the past 10 years. They all look the same to me. I don't know. And I get it. Like, all the guys in the 90s had spiky hair. It's a fair criticism. But I don't know, like I see stuff like this. I see this like the like that recent Texas Chainsaw movie, or anytime they cast a teen in any of these remakes and any of this stuff. This looks like 13 Reasons Why. This looks like Riverdale. It looks like every single one. They all look the same. They look like influencers. They look like they just got back from a music festival. I mean, they look like they got back from Coachella. They look like they're on their TikTok and Instagram all day. It's the same facial expressions. It's the same outfits. There's nothing separating them, and they all look just plastic.
So what happened?
You need to handle this. This isn't the first time there's been violence like this in Southport.
And of course, they had to bring back the people from the original, which I don't know why that excites people, because they usually come back to do jack shit, and you know they're there just for a paycheck. So I'm sounding like such a negative Nathan right now. I'm sorry. I don't understand the appeal of this long-awaited remake. And I'm not against remakes. The Suspiria remake I liked, but in the Suspiria remake, they didn't try to yank back all these old people from the movie and try to modernize it. Like, they just did their own thing, and they did it well.
It's not going to stop.
I need to start drinking.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Someone is coming after us. I need your help.
I don't care. Like, I don't care that you have someone back from the original. I don't give a shit. You don't have to have your trailer cut to black just because you gave someone a check and brought them on set. I don't understand how that works on people. Losing my mind.
I just have one question. What did you do last summer?
This place is so beautiful, it makes me want to die.
No, I can't. I can't. I just. Like, that was like they were trying to get us to intentionally hate her, right? With that vocal fry. Oh, I love who wrote that in chat. Abigail. Hollywood has been jump scare. It's so mean, but it's pretty accurate. Ugh. Here, I'm gonna make you all suffer and watch that again.
This place is so beautiful, it makes me want to die.
Also, what's this weird warpy kind of effect they're doing with the credits? It looks bad.
Beautiful, it makes me want to die.
Makes me want to die. That was shit. Shouldn't have been made, and it looks like crap. I think there's an occasionally good image. It's not like the editing's horrible, but those jumps to show the original cast members is so corny. That's D. I don't think it's as bad as the other two. It's not like they put no effort in there, but I think the problem with it isn't just the trailer, but it's just the foundation. It's the cast members. It's the whole concept of remaking this in the first place. It doesn't look good. Yeah, I mean, it didn't really have much hope. The ground is sour. Yeah, salted earth. All right, 2 more. This one's called Eye for an Eye, which is not the film for the 90s, but a recent one. I have not seen this trailer either.
Remember, you're dreaming. Remember, you're dreaming.
All right, corny refrain, but whatever this is, that's kind of cool. I love using wood in horror. The movie Mama, the main villain had this croaky kind of voice that sounded like branches or gnarled wood of some kind. It's something I think we can use more in horror. Not just putting people in the forest, but actually using plants and wood and things like that in the design. I think there's more opportunity there.
Well, I'm from Brooklyn. Both my parents died in a car accident. I'm living with my grandma now. What happened to her eyes?
Sandman is what happened to your grandma.
Sandman?
May was mean, callous, wanted everything her way. One night she woke up and there he was.
All right.
Punishes those who do bad.
Jesus.
There's a tree in the woods. You'll know it when you see it. Writing the names of the people that have done you wrong.
They're relying a lot on the Louisiana accent, kind of carrying this. Yeah, this is very fast pacing. This actually reminds me a little bit of the trailer for what was the Sydney Sweeney movie? But that nun movie with her, the one that got more attention than First Omen, even though it was half as good. That one. That trailer was like this too, where it was like rapid fire, and it was hard to get your bearings.
Injustice will take its course.
Have you been having nightmares?
Yeah.
Whoa.
You can't escape
I kind of like the cracky, squishy noises.
if you're sleeping.
As he has done, it shall be done to him.
Finally, oh, nope. I was about to say, finally the trailer slowed down, but never mind.
Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Remember your dreaming.
It's too fast.
Remember your dreaming.
Okay, can we just ban trailers from doing that flicker effect? It's the same flicker effect. It's the same background sound to accompany the flicker. Once you start to notice it, you start to see how much trailers rely on it. There are some interesting images in this trailer, though.
Remember your dreaming.
Like that shot there almost looked like stop motion.
Remember your dreaming.
My name was carved into that tree.
Remember your dreaming.
All right, so it was moving too fast, and it's still moving too fast, but now it's just showing us the same thing over and over. Like it's a wooded creature that's attacking people, and it's just sort of repeating. I feel like the trailer could have ended by now. It's told me everything. Clay, help! What's wrong, Mike? Love the black goo, but they keep showing this guy again. Like we've had 4 shots of him. Like we get it. Okay, dude, you ran right into that. Oh, though he lost his eyes though. Still, that looked really funny. Thunk. All right, so that was kind of a mess. Like a really big mess. Whew. How do you even rate that? C. Huh? Can someone proxy from Discord if you can get back up? I'm confused. What happened? What happened? Can you guys not hear me or something? Oh no. Wait, give me a second. Oh no. Yep.